man, oh man. And you know, because we have such bright lights in the studio, and this guitar in particular, I think you really almost have to see it in person because it's just, you know, just nice like vanilla color, nice warm ivory, think winter white. It looks rich, okay? It looks like a guitar that you spent well over $1,000 on. And do you see that retail value? That's the other thing that is boggling my mind. It blows me away to say, basically, you're saving over $600. And it's for this hour and this show, and it's a one-shot deal. I can tell you for a fact it's never coming back. I really think on that warm ivory that you can appreciate all that. That's all hand-done inlay, by the way. The beautiful mother of pearl, and then you can see the plaque on the interior as well. And then I'm going to flip it over, because I think on this color in particular, it really allows you to appreciate the artwork. Oh, does that not take your breath away? That is so fabulous. I mean, really, you could cry. You look at these guitars, they're like works of art. And then don't forget, it's like, it literally is like buying the case and getting the guitar free. You are saving over $600. I mean, that's why, and I don't mean to be disparaging toward retail because, you know, my parents, you know, bought instruments in their local music store. And, you know, we support music in every avenue, in every respect. But you can't buy a case for $100. So it's like buying the case and getting the guitar for free. And then my other pick, actually, I have to be honest, I was really torn between the warm cognac and this rich black, just because it's so rock and roll. I mean, it's like the black leather. It's like the 50s. It's like the, you know, it's like the classic. It's like the you know, the guitar. The guitar. It's just, it says rock and roll or country or folk or gospel, whatever you play on this, it's going to sound amazing. And then remember, as per all the cases, the case is included, hard shell case, free shipping, and honest to goodness, it just really shows off. You see this rich black? And I think it allows us to really appreciate that hand-done inlay. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's kind of like that ebony, that piano key black, that beautiful deep onyx, that just color-drenched, color-saturated, just that wow color. I mean, you can see how that hand-done inlay, it just grabs you, it just pops. It's like a beautiful piece of jewelry. And then, of course, is your iconography, your plaque in the center of the guitar itself. And then I'll turn it around so that you can see and appreciate that phoenix again. Oh, do you not, are you not going crazy for this? I'm loving this guitar. That's why I say I'm freaking out over this guitar. And do you realize, because we've had so many new faces watching and shopping, you're a Keith Urban fan. You know he's known as equally well for his guitar and virtuosity as he is for his singing and songwriting ability. But remember, it's the Keith Urban difference. So buy the strings in the case and get the guitar for free. That's kind of what this boils down to. I'm serious about this. So the case, that's what we say, we double dog dare you. Try to find the case for $100 in retail. I mean, it just does not happen. Free shipping and $25 and change in your credit card gets it at home. Over $600 off, and that is for this hour and this hour only. So we are thrilled that you are calling. Problem is, though, well over half the quantity are gone. We're actually approaching that 4,000 mark being spoken for. And Keith, I have to say, you've been such a trooper. I have to say, though, the guitar, it is you. It has been doing a beautiful job of communicating everything tonight, and it just,
thank you.
It sounds so amazing.
It does. I love this guitar so much.
Oh, wow. And if you're like me, there's something about the purity of that guitar that it just, I don't know, it just grabs you. It just speaks right to your heart. It's the most amazing instrument. And the way that Keith has designed this, remember, you're not getting anything like this in your music store. Oh, hey, by the way, they just told me on that warm ivory, and you know what, Gabby, should I grab the warm ivory? I'll grab that too. Okay, oh, it's behind me. I just want you to see this before it sells out. So there are only 700. I'm trying to be delicate, which I'm not very good at. I'm kind of like a bull in a china shop. But there's your warm ivory. We have the last 700. So final 700 on that warm ivory. And, you know, I have to say, Keith, because we all love it when you play. Could you just play something for us? May you indulge me? I'm just going to sit and listen if I can, because honestly, it leaves me speechless. Wow, I'm telling you, wow is right. I mean, seriously, it does leave me speechless. You just saw the warm cognac sell out, so that was gone. They're actually, I don't know if you could hear them in the background, they're actually getting ready to take away the warm ivory, too. Because the little elves are hard at work. They're like, okay, the next color is going to go. Final 600. I wish that we could show our girls at work there. They're actually trying to clear the set because we got the quantity update. Last 600. I have to say, I'm going to put down the black here for just a second. I want you to see this warm ivory before it's gone. And believe me when I say this, I think it looks better in person just because it's such a beautiful warm finish to it. That's your vintage natural. So, you know, just like our raw grain that's sold out with our today's special, basically, they're like little fingerprints on this as well. You can see that individual grain. These are all handmade. They are all wood. They are all one of a kind. They've got that hand-done inlay. These are wow guitars, and you can really appreciate the artistry all the way up to, I have to show you, even specially designed. There's that Phoenix, of course, on the fret markers, and then the specially designed tuning heads. Just like all of Keith Urban's guitars, the Keith Urban difference, you can see that the neck is really easy to access. So, you know, small hands, large hands, big hands, little hands, beginner, intermediate, advanced. This is ready for you to play now, all the way down to the strings that really are, they're definitely more generous for a beginner player for sure. Spruce top, and you get the mahogany back, neck, and sides. And then on the back, here's that original artwork. And there's that Phoenix. We all look for that in concert. Of course, you know, Keith's tattoo that everybody loves, mimicked, of course, in this one-of-a-kind design. And, you know, it's not coming back. That's why, in fact, this opportunity is so unique. That's why you saw me order it on the air. I literally, as a show host, could not order this. I went to our sales manager, God's honest truth, and I asked Marty if I could order this at the special price, and he said, well, we don't know we're doing it. So I actually couldn't order it until I got on the air, and we're rescinding this price after this show. So if you are interested, I'll just tell you right now, they will not last. Final 600 on that warm ivory, and then I want to take you on a tour of this rich black again. And I apologize for the light reflection. That's why I say I think the vintage natural ivory looks better in person, just because, of course, we've got to have a lot of lights in the broadcast studio. But when you hear the resonance, when you hear the tone, there's that classic dreadnought design. And actually, you know what? Sorry, Michael, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this just so that you can see that Phoenix cut into the saddle of the guitar. See that at the bottom, you know, right beneath the rosette? It's a little harder to see on the rich black, but that all has to be custom designed. So that all has to be custom designed, all has to be custom cut, all has to be custom applied. It takes months and months and months to make these guitars. And I have to say, you know what's so funny? And I actually got clarification from my producer. The reason they didn't lower the price until 11 o'clock, that's why I brought my little computer out here, is we know that a lot of dealers and, you know, industry professionals on a deal like this, because they're not doing guitars like this. We're not limiting quantities. So we can't control the industry, meaning if somebody is going to resell this, and that's what happens with Keith's guitars, they go on the secondary market because they're so unique, they're so one of a kind, they're such great values, but more importantly, they're great guitars. So that's why we have to make this a one-shot deal. And when you see things, especially in this rich black, it just makes you think of classic rock and roll. It just makes you think of, you know, one of a kind, rock and roll legend, gotta see it on stage, and the way it sounds is what really blows me away. You know, you can tell that they're handmade, you can tell that they're all wood, and you know, I'll just tell you right now, 2/3 of the inventory are gone. 2/3. So, actually, in the vintage ivory, we actually have fewer than 600 now. So, good luck. I just don't want you to miss out on this. And I know, because God bless our crew, they moved heaven and earth to make this happen. I don't have the case next to me, but remember, the case is free with your purchase. That's a hard shell case. I should probably open it up so you can see the interior, because it's kind of like a little mini touring package. And then I know Keith is going to continue to play, but Matt, I'm just going to hop over there real quickly, just because I want people to appreciate this. It's funny because if you buy, again, that's why I say I double dog dare you. You know, take $100 into a music store. And Dave, is it okay? I mean, like I said, I know we're switching these out quickly. Can I open up one of these? Is that all right? He's like, do you want to bring me one that's open? Is that a better idea? Dave has seen me in action. And let me just say, I mean, they keep all breakable objects out of my path, because I really am kind of a bullet in a china shop. So that's why I try to at least give my crews heads up if I intend on doing something, just so that they can lock down all expensive things. Okay, 500 now remaining. So 500 only on that vintage, that natural ivory, the vintage natural ivory. It's a little hard to see on camera just because we've got so much light play. But if you're not one of the next 500 people calling, you will not get this ever. Oh, Gabby, can I grab it? Can I show everybody? Thank you so much. And thanks to Michael and my crew for following me. They know that when I see something I like, it's kind of hard to keep me away. But let me show you the interior on this case, because I think this is so cool. Do you see how it's custom molded? Now, this is free. This is free, free, free. I mean, do you see? Okay, we say $70 value, but I say, come on, I've seen cases like this selling for well more than $100. That's the crazy, crazy thing. So that's why I say it's almost like getting this custom molded, custom design. Look, it's lined like a jeweler's case would be on Madison Avenue, like you would put fine jewelry in. There's even a great little spot like for your extra strings, your pick, your guitar strap, all that great stuff. It's really kind of a touring kit, so you can take this with you on the road. Even has a nice little handle. You can take it with you on the airplane. You know, planes, trains, and automobiles, or what your little heart desires. But if you want that vintage, that warm ivory, good luck. Good luck, because we are now looking at the last 500. We brought in a little more of the black just because it's such a classic Johnny Cash rock and rollers look. And just so you know, in this show, you've got 15 minutes to get it, or shop now or forever hold your peace, because I think we've got like about 1,500 remaining, and that's it. And this is never being done, by the way. Ever. So we will have Keith play for you some more, because your living room is his studio tonight, so you can appreciate the sound and the quality and the handmade artistry of this guitar. In the meantime, I know, Adam, you're getting prepped and ready for that brand new Today's Special.
Well, music is the theme of the night, there's no doubt about it, and folks, we are at the most 10 minutes away from the launch of our Beats Today special. First time ever we've done the Beats Studio Wireless. These are top of the line. I mean, really top drawer. These are the ones that everybody dreams of. Tonight we're going to offer them at the lowest price in America. It's official. Beats have given it to us. Nobody can come close to the price that we have. In fact, we'll be $80 less than the market price. Now, when you talk about these headphones, these are the wireless versions with the 12-hour battery life, active noise cancelling as well, so you kind of drown out all the outside sound, but what you hear is what the artist intended you to hear. So when you listen to a Keith Urban track, you hear what Keith wants you to hear. Very quickly through the colors, just so you can make that early and quick decision, we have beautiful blue. This is like a metallic blue. It's a bright blue. It's a cool blue. There's also the titanium. I believe the titanium and the matte black will be the two fastest to sell out tonight. Then we have the regular classic black, one of the iconic colors. Then, of course, we have your white and we have your red as well. So stick around. 5 flex pay, free shipping and handling, and all the good stuff. But now, for the final minutes, back to Shannon and Keith.
Hey, thank you, Adam. Okay, countdown is on. 13 minutes or sell out. Adam, speaking of music, you're to see Beats at midnight. Wow, are we busy? Well, as they say, good things come to those who wait. Because if you've seen Keith, and of course, we are celebrating the holidays and his first anniversary here at HSN with a wow. We literally did not take the price down on this guitar until 11 o'clock. We only made it active for this hour because we knew dealers and, you know, people who are going to resell this guitar would snap this up like hotcakes. Because in a music store, find how much $100 is going to get you. I mean, really, you can't buy the case basically for $100. Everybody wants that urban guitar collection and that urban guitar experience. So here are your remaining choices. Now remember, this is your acoustic guitar. So you hear Keith playing this for you. When you think of that classic acoustic design, you think garage band, you think playing in your church or your school or your talent show or your synagogue. And you are getting it tonight for $25 on your credit card with free shipping. Here is your rich black, and rich black, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with any of the colors, but there's your rich black with that wonderful hand-done inlay, that mother of pearl, and then, of course, specially designed. And, I'll show it to you on the vintage ivory, but there's that phoenix that we all know and love from Keith's tattoo, and then specially designed headstock, specially designed neck to be easier to play. Back, of course, has that original artwork, and there, of course, is that phoenix right at the bottom. Gosh, that's a good-looking guitar, isn't it? Okay, now let me show you the case, because remember, it's your, what I call the acoustic touring package, if you will, because Keith wants, professionals are touring with this guitar. You've seen this guitar on stage. I mean, everybody wants that urban guitar experience. Well, he's doing it for you in a price that floors me. We have never seen anything like this. Here's that case that we're including basically for free with your purchase, because we say about a $70 value. So you can see that clock on your screen. We're literally looking at the last 10 minutes or sellout. It's never coming back. And then finally, my warm cognac sold out literally a couple of minutes into the show. We have another color. This looks like a custom design guitar. You would just imagine, you could almost picture this hanging on, you know, the wall of a rock and roll star. I mean, if you see those celebrity tour of homes where everybody's got their Grammys and their, you know, platinum albums and gold albums all mounted on the wall. This looks like a guitar that would be mounted on that wall. And you can really see that that's all done, by the way, in wood. This is all wood, all handmade, takes over 3 months to make, but you know, they even have to specially cut this phoenix. I mean, that was done exclusively for Keith. And then you can also, especially on that vintage natural ivory, you can really appreciate that hand-done inlay work. Isn't that pretty? And then, of course, unique design on the headstock with those precision chrome tuning heads. And then look at that back. You give this guitar, they will gasp. You give this guitar and they'll flip out. I mean, they will. I mean, they will never believe that you got this for basically a little over $100. I mean, literally, that's what it boils down to. And then, of course, the case included. And then remember, because it's the urban difference, he also gives you, because it's your, what I call it the acoustic touring package, if you will, because you get that case basically for free. And then you get the cleaning cloth, those strings that were specially designed, the picks that were specially designed, the strap, even the strap has that phoenix on with that great embroidery. And then, of course, your little cheat sheet, as we call it, that wonderful poster chord chart. It's over $600 off. Over $600 off. Basically, it's like a buy in the case and getting everything else for free. Oh, wow. Keith, I can see why they kept this a secret from me. I've never seen anything like this. And, you know, when you hear a guitar like this, it's got to be a moment of pride for you, because, you know, when you think about how much you spend for guitars of this quality in stores, the fact that he's doing it for you tonight, you know, Keith just wants to get a guitar in your home, and I think that's the big thing. And, you know, of course, the guitar has been doing the talking for Keith, and we love that you've been listening, and I know you've been learning, and I know you've been getting inspired. But it's such a big deal that he's here. I mean, you know, what a testament to him being not only a great artist, but a really great person, that you're watching and you're calling and you're listening and you're really enjoying the quality that this guitar has to offer, because like I said, Keith has been a real trooper. That's why we're letting the guitar do the talking tonight, because we want to preserve that golden voice, as one of our callers said. And we're just so glad that you're taking advantage of it. And Keith, I have to say, you know, everything that you're playing on this, I just have to listen a little bit more, because no matter what you're doing, you can really hear the quality of this guitar.
You really can, right across the guitar. Excuse my voice. You really hear it here.
I mean, honestly, it takes your breath away. Here's what they are telling me, though. Oh, I have to give you a quick quantity update because I don't want anybody to be mad at me. If you want the warm ivory, we have now fewer than 500. So we're looking at a little over 400 of these. And then on the rich black, they are telling me last 1,000. So if you are channel surfing, just a couple of quick reminders for you. That's why you can really appreciate how great this guitar sounds. I mean, Keith really left no stone unturned. They're all wood, they're all handmade, and not only that, they're made in the same way that the, you know, the big G and F and T, you know, the guitars that sell, let's be honest, for over $1,000 are made. I mean, he just does. It's the Keith Urban difference. All wood, so you get that spruce top, you get the mahogany neck, the sides, and the back. So he even specifically picks the woods, you know, based on what is going to give you your best presence and your best sound and, you know, really your best guitar, especially for the money. Not only that, we are paying to send it to you. And if you are new to HSN, if you don't know how FlexPay works, basically we're your bank. So for $25, if price has been prohibitive, even though we do great values here at HSN, now there is no excuse. Now there is absolutely no reason to not go to your phones, to try it, to play it, to enjoy it, to share the music, but grab it. Because as good as it sounds, you know, with Keith on the air here, it's going to sound just as fantastic in your home. And I know I'm just flummoxed. I'm just so surprised by this value. So now 5,000 sold and 4 minutes and counting. And it's so great, Keith, because as I watch you play and see what he's doing, that neck is easier to play. But regardless of, you know, if you're just going up the neck, down the neck, I mean, everything just sounds so good on this. Breathtaking. I mean, it really is. Okay, well, 5 minutes and counting, guys. So that's still my favorite.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I love it. I mean, so no kidding. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Remember, it will not be coming back. Ever. So if there was ever a night to get you an urban guitar, if there was ever a night to bring the gift of music in your home, if there was ever a night to get a one-of-a-kind, handmade, all-wood collector's edition, remember, this is a retired guitar. This was never supposed to air at this price. That's why I literally ordered it before I got on the air, or while I was on the air, because it's not going to be back, period. In fact, when I tried to order it before I got on the air, I promise you, my friend Marty will attest to this, they wouldn't let me order it for this price. They really wouldn't. And I'm thinking, don't you know who I am? See, I want a soundtrack for my life.
crazy.
All right, that's getting a standing ovation from everybody in the studio, I have to say. Now, that was a one-of-a-kind performance. That was impressive, I have to say.
It's using your head.
I'm sorry. Okay, 3 minutes and counting, guys. I'll show you the colors and everything before they're gone. Like I said, Keith has been such a trooper, so let me show you what we've got left. And boy, it is a race to the finish line. Thank you so much for your orders. We see you there. We're processing your phone calls. We have every service representative taking your phone calls right now. So let me show you what we've got left, because remember, this is not coming back ever. So if you want the rich black, I call it the Johnny Cash guitar, the rock and roll guitar.